Welcome back to Don't Shoot the Messenger. It's your host, Juan Luis Torres Jr. Thanks for joining me again for another week. I got another special guest for y'all today. My boy, KONKRETE KOPPO.
Going
How you
down,
doing, sir?
man.
Introduce
All right.
yourself, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, man, all right. What's going down, man? My name KOPPO, man. You know what I'm saying? Aggravated Mob, Cop Oil, Copy Ton, the fam out the north side, Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, been putting it down for a minute. You know what I'm talking about, man, with this music.
Yes, sir, man. For a minute, bro, like you said, man, I remember since a kid, man, like, I'm 26, right? So, like, even just coming up, in the north side, I wasn't always in the north side, you feel me? I was moving around, as a kid and shit. But still, like, I always heard about, KOPPO, like, right down here, from right here where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? Like, really doing it, you feel me? So, it was I really appreciate you, giving us the time, you know what I'm saying? Giving us a piece of your mind, too, you know what I'm saying? For real, I appreciate you, dog, for real.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming,
man.
bro.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Yes, sir,
for
bro.
Sure, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we gotta push this, this culture, this north side culture, you know what I'm saying? We're the representation for our side, you know what I'm saying? Our people, you know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure,
For sure,
we're
yeah,
doing it good.
man.
And that's why I really appreciate you and, your penmanship, you know what I'm saying? Your work as well, you know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely not like nobody else, you know what I'm saying? It ain't trying to be nobody, you know what I'm saying? It is just true, you know what I'm saying? It's a real reflection of your life, you know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate them type of artists, you know what I'm saying? For real.
I really appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you noticing that shit, man.
For sure, bro. Yeah, like I said, ever since a kid, bro. So how did you start, bro? How did you start rapping? What made you want to get into like coming up as a kid in the north side, or is that where you
Yeah,
you
north
came up
side my whole life, man. I
For
stayed
sure.
in the north side my whole life. I was born in North Central, you know what I'm saying, off of Hogan and Chipney, I think, man. And then I ended up moving down to Hogan and Gentry, you know what I'm saying, my grandma's house. Then Quitman and Cochran for a long time right there, them little apartments that's still right there. I think it's I don't know if it's a small taqueria or a barbershop that's right there, right behind Jeff Davis or Northside High now, you know what I'm saying? Then I moved to Greens Point, Goodson Road, and maybe around that time I'm watching, we was able to get cable.
Yeah.
Watching BT.
Like how old around this time?
Let's see, man, I'm thinking like 94, so maybe 7, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I'm 98. Yeah. So okay, yeah, for sure. That's you.
If I remember correctly, something like that. Now I came up watching, so Goodson Road, I want to say it started before I moved to the hood, before I moved to Clark, like in 96, you know what I'm saying? So I'm watching Tupac on BT, like, when
Just
Pac
coming
alive.
out.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we might have moved over there in 94, you know what I'm saying? Because, Pac was still alive. I remember Pac passing later on. And so I'm watching Scarface, Seen a Man Die, you know what I'm saying? Like when this is coming out, like while they dropping this.
Man, the prime,
I'm watching, of course, the West Coast at that time was putting it down. So
just absorbing all that.
Man. I'm looking at Warren G, Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? Too Short, people like that. And I really gravitated towards the song Regulators at that time. Man, that was a hit at the time while I was a kid. So, man, just learning them words, you know what I'm saying? Just learning them words.
The artistry,
Singing like the Nate Dogg part and rapping it, And that's really when I gained a love for it. And then wasn't until later on, like a little bit older. By this time, I'm in Clark, 96, and I started getting a hold of Easy-E. Then you got Still a Baller. Want to Be a Baller dropping. You know what I'm saying? With Young Star, Lil Troy, Fat Pat.
Crazy,
man. So,
crazy time.
Hey, man.
That's what I really think is unique too about y'all time, as opposed to like now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came up in the golden age. You know what I'm saying? Especially like you two as like you were kind of young, but still like everything was still coming out crazy, especially in H-Town too. Like.
Yeah, I caught the end of it, man. I caught the transition, you know what I'm saying? Before music started changing. The way you sold music, the way you promoted music, I was able to get a hold of that last little bit of like CDs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, culture, for sure.
Guerrilla promo and stuff like that. But yeah, man. And
crazy.
Then, by the year 2000, I want to say I'm maybe like 11, you know what I'm saying, 12, and that's when it started, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Swisher House tapes. I'm buying Swisher House CDs. I'm snatching Swisher House CDs. I love Screw, you know what I'm saying? I love the SUC, but we really wasn't getting that on the north side.
Yeah.
Everything that I was getting was from the partners around me, cousins and uncles and stuff like that. So yeah, man, that's when it started. When I'm hearing Pow Wow, when I'm hearing Chameleonaire, and I think it was a car show.
Man, that's wild, bro.
When these cats was at the time, I didn't know these cats was gonna do what they was gonna do. At me so young, I'm just looking at them thinking they already made it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm buying their CDs when it's mixtapes, and you know I believe they was drawing on them and stuff like that, printing them up themselves. And just I knew they was underground, so that even made it more. You know what I'm saying?
Like unique,
astonishing, unique. I'm like, damn, man, these cats is down the street. They name the blocks that I'm passing by. I was talking about earlier. I used to be on my bike back in the day, going to different neighborhoods, and this is another thing too. I always say, man, back then it wasn't a spot you didn't go to and you didn't hear Swisher House playing. Like everybody had a Swisher House.
That's crazy, bro.
Not the Swisher House that blew up. This the underground. If you didn't have a Swisher House CD, like I'm talking about the real. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear it in the records. If you ever listen to the old Swisher House mixtape, they talk about bootlegs and stuff like that because cats was bootlegging their music. You know, because they was burnt CDs. But man, these, you know, if you had the real deal where they printed it on themselves, it wasn't a spot you didn't go to, man, or somebody you didn't know that was jamming Swisher House.
That's ridiculous,
every
bro.
Every chord, you know what
That's
I'm saying?
ridiculous. Yeah, because I just think about it in terms of like what we think is hot right now, you know what I'm saying? Or like the hottest shit right now. Like that was the hottest shit at that time.
Yeah,
like, and for that to be right here, like where we're coming up at, like where you're at, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I feel like you got to feel like, oh, this is my time. Like I'm part of this, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to do something with it.
You know, not right off the top of my head, but for sure the way you feel a part of it, because they talking about Northside. You know, like
we're special, type shit.
Man. And then what really got me too, to start put my eyes and see what we really was, this culture was, like going to the car shows back then. They had the Carmona car shows, I think before the Los Magnificos, before that. So I'm going and I'm looking at this time SPM still out. Now I ain't really too much of a fan of SPM much after whatever happened to him.
Of course,
like that. But I'm going to the car shows and I'm seeing this man perform in front of thousands and thousands of people. At the same time, you know, you got a bunch of different booths at these car shows where Swisher House would have their own booth. So you was able to go and buy tapes from their booth and at the same time see the artists that you jamming. So I'm seeing Pow Wow. I've been jamming their tapes and stuff. By this time, about 12, I'm seeing they tape. Jamming they tape, and I see these guys like Power with the braids. You know, this Power with the braids with a mouthful of gold.
Fresh girl,
and me being a Mexican, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was half Mexican, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But anyway, this is what inspired me to become and be and really take stride of who I am. Like, hold on, okay, I can do this, because you know, one of the apartments I stayed in, I was one of the only few Mexicans at that time too. You know what I'm saying? So I really, a lot of people don't understand Houston and the way us Latinos are down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the gold teeth and the way we speak and everything like that. Like, I'm probably a second or third generation Mexican American. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know any Spanish or nothing like that. This is what I gravitated towards. You know what I'm saying? Watching these cats, and that's what inspired me, man, to say, well, look, let me go ahead and see what freestyling was the thing.
Really? So that's how you started?
That's how I started, man. Freestyling, you know, at the schoolhouse, people beating on the table, in my room, you know, finding back then you was able to buy tapes from Walmart or whatever, like the singles. And at that time you would say like Master P, No Limit was popping at that time too. You know, Tupac, bunch of different artists, Spice One, cats that I like, and you was able to buy their single when it come with an instrumental. So I'm throwing that instrumental on and I'm just vibing, you know, spitting out. I probably wasn't even much saying much.
Yeah, just vibing.
Yeah.
Catching the vibe.
Yeah, man. And then I get a hold of I don't know if y'all ever seen them, man, but they used to have them in the school whenever it was time to read and stuff. They'll have a tape. You put it inside this this tape player, but you can also record and stuff. And I don't know where I got this tape thing. It was a small, but it has a microphone on it. So I throw my tape in, you know, and back then too, man, you know, I ain't really have a lot of money. I would take old tapes and used to be able to put paper, like scrunch up paper and put it on the corners and record over it, because they wouldn't let you record over. It was certain things you had to do to record over that tape.
That's
so
crazy,
I was taking,
bro.
you know, I was taking stuff from my tea lady and, you know, recording over it, but I put that speaker with the beat over here and then rapping to the down, you know, something like that. Then I end up getting to high school. By high school, I done sharpened up my skills a little. I really say,
you got a couple years already practicing and shit.
Yeah, this something I do. You know what I'm saying? It's something I want to do right here. You know what I'm talking about? So I get to high school, and then I meet up with a couple of partners, man. And they was doing the same thing, you know, all in the same era. And then freestyling, beating on the tables at school. We get together like, man, let's go see what we could do with this. It's a spot over here that used to be, I think it's a HCC now off of Little York. At 45, there used to be a flea market right there. So with all these different booths in that flea market, it was a DJ and his wife. They were both DJs. And you'd go up in there, man, and pay $5. They have a DJ set up, and they be mixing beats, and there's other cats in there freestyling like, yo, just say this the booth right here, right? Your flea market booth. They got a DJ set up. They got a rope to block off where the microphone's at, and you pay your $5 and $5 a beat, and you can freestyle, but you had to do it in front of, you know, in the flea market, everybody passing by, man. So this why I got started getting on that mic and really putting, you know what I'm saying, like
stage time and actually being in the stage in front of people and shit. Actually getting that experience.
Yeah, man. And back then it wasn't no, hey, bring it back. Like if you messed up, that's your $5 gone. You know what I'm saying?
You got to make the most of it.
You got to come with it, man.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Wasting money.
That's real, like, you know, starting from the bottom, you know what I'm saying, gutter, like, you know, for real, like, really, you know, making it work however you can, you know?
I loved it, man.
Yeah, and that's dope, bro. You know, a lot of people don't want to, are scared to take that first step too, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever they love, they might have something that they love, you know what I'm saying, but probably don't have the confidence to be able to be like, oh, okay, like, this is what I want to do, and, like, probably are even like that, like, energized to actually, like, go and do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what do you think, you know, helped you, you know, be confident, like, enough to go out and do that, you know what I'm saying?
Tell you the truth, man, I can only say it was a God-given talent. God gave it to me, you know what I'm saying? He could take it back. And man, he just gave me some sort of ambition, really, with this music and everything I seen around me that was going on. You know, I ain't really see too many people having too many things, you know, family members and nothing like that. Now they tried, you know, they did their best, but I wanted more. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted more for my family, man. I wanted to take care of my mom. I wanted to take care of my brothers and sisters. And I saw this fit me correctly, and I say, well, this might be something. And like I'm saying, I'm watching cats like the Swisher House. I'm watching the SUC, and I say, man, they really making money, you know what I'm saying, out this. This is something I can do.
Yeah, it's actually a thing,
So that really what gave me the grind, you know what I'm saying? What really put that ambition in my heart to say, man, this is something I'm about to, and where I, you know, where the other ambition came from, just to get me out, it's just pure grind, man. It wasn't no second thing. It was like second nature. You know what I'm saying? It was just something I did. Like this.
You always had people like supporting you, like whenever you started this shit. Like people were
not all the time, but not at first, man.
Really,
not at first. It was just a few. Like I say, the few partners I met. Shout out to my partner A-Rock. So the support I got really at that time. Starting off, I'm 13, 14 at this time. I really didn't get a lot of support from, you know, like my parent or nothing like that.
Really?
My tea lady really ain't. She didn't see that. She was like, "You need to go to work." You know what I'm saying? You need to go to school.
That's what I was. That's what I was wondering.
She wasn't seeing what I was seeing.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and but I ended up leaving my crib at a real young age, man, 13, 14, and always being around my partner A-Rock. And this is one of the guys that I had got with when I got to high school. Him and a few others from a couple from the neighborhood, a couple from other neighborhoods like First Ward and the Central and stuff like that. And some of them was from like Hopper Road, Northeast. A cat I knew that had a studio and said he had was the first time I saw a computer with a mic connected to it, and he was throwing beats on, and he had a program on his computer, and he was able to record us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But he
actual little setup.
he say, man, he would see us in school rapping and stuff like that, and we started giving our CDs out. You know, back then we didn't have much money, or it was hard to get a CD burner to duplicate these.
Yeah.
And at the age I didn't have too many connections to do
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I would print up whatever I could, and then just word of mouth around the school and stuff. Cat was like, man, I got a studio at my house. At the time, what we called the, underground studio.
Yeah, making it work.
Yeah, making it work, man, with the best, the best we had. So I go to his spot and do that. So really, it was the couple cats that I was rapping with was like, man, you good at this, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, meet my partner A-Rock, meeting him. He had an older brother, man. Shout out my brother Puncho, man. He out there in Mesco right now. He was cold at this music. And these cats from Third Ward, this is another thing. My partners, they from Third Ward, man, like the CUNY homes and Clayton homes and stuff like that. They moved, and I met them while they moved to the north side. But while I left the crib, I would stay with them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is all we did was throw on beats and rap and try to get to the partner house that had the computer, small setup studio.
Yeah.
We write our music, man, and then head up to him and spend hours up there. We'd walk from, because back then we didn't have cars, and it wasn't a cab enough to fit all of us, because we'd be like 5, 6 deep, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all of us would put in on that, go in on that mic, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted their piece on that mic, man, their chance on that mic. So that was some of my first supporters, like, yeah, man, you good at this, you know what I'm talking about? Like, we're going to stay making music with you.
Let's keep going, yeah.
So that group was called Organized G's, you know what I'm saying? Then later on, I meet my brother Fire, my brother Cool. My brother Fire right now, he doing Christian music.
Yeah.
Doing Christian music.
Yeah, I heard y'all last couple of tapes, y'all last couple of records. Those are really good, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
For real.
Yeah, so Fire, these my big brothers, man. And they really, it was another, one of my bros named Doo-Wop, you know what I'm saying? He had a studio. And before this, at this time, it was another group of guys named Done Deal Records. And this was Lil J, a cat named Candyman. Candyman got a show right now called Straight from the City. And he kind of does what you're doing right here, right?
Okay.
But at that time, man, they was the big record label at that time in the North Side. Because a lot of people don't know, North Side didn't have too much representation with the music, man. Course, but these guys I was able to hang out with their nephew, and we became close friends because I meet him through my brother Fire and Cool. These another couple of my supporters, like, nah, man, you got it. You 14 and you rapping like this, like, man, you really got something.
Yeah.
Plus they seen how I was living and all that too, and they like, man, you need to go ahead and stay in that studio, and we're gonna do as much as we can to keep you up in there. So they introduced me to these guys. Here comes some more people, they cousins, Freeze from Dundee. They cousins and stuff, like, man, you cold, you know what I'm saying? You cold, you need to stay in the studio, man. You need to stay, you gonna do something with it. And these guys had a nicer studio in their house, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, we still in high school at this time. I'm watching my partner with the big Dundee chain, diamonds all in it. He had his uncle owned the label, which was Lil J, and he had a Dundee van wrapped. You know what I'm talking about?
At that time, damn.
That was the promo back then. Like, if you had, man, it was just, we pulling up to school, I'm feeling like a star, you know what I'm saying? Just riding with these cats. And sometimes they'll let me wear the chain to school and stuff like that. Not only that, I'm doing the guerrilla promo for them. I'm the young cat. So while they would go in the club, me and the other young homies would grab their flyers and pass them out, slip them in the cars and stuff, on the hood of cars or in the windows and stuff like that.
Getting the word out,
And I'm watching these cats. I mean, there's a couple shows I went to. At this time, you got 104.9 and 100.7 Chopaholics out at this time. Chingo Bling. I don't know if you know what Chingo Bling is. That Burley came out at this time. And I'm going to shows with these cats. One of the shows I went to, I'm backstage with them. And if I remember correctly, it was like Baby Bash back there.
Yeah.
Chingo with the damn rooster and stuff like that.
Huh.
I think Amanda Perez was back there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of artists back there, man. And I'm just like, damn, man. And they got this warehouse sold out, like it's packed.
Yeah.
And I'm watching these people that I'm around jump on stage and do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just watching. I'm like, okay, this something I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Realizing it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then I ended up getting in a little trouble. Getting in a little trouble at the age of 15. I ended up catching a case, and I tell you, I was living in the streets and shit like that, living where I could, living with my grandma, back and forth from her house to my partner's house, and I get in this trouble. So at this time, when you're a juvenile, you got to live with your parent, or you got to live with your guardian.
Yeah.
Whenever you get in trouble, so I had to move back in with my tea lady and my mom. Thank God for my mama, man. She said, "What you out here doing? You out here messing up.
Yeah.
What do you think you gonna get out this life? Like, what's your plan?"
Yeah.
I say, man, I really want to do this music. You know what I'm saying? So she said, "What'll keep you out of trouble?" You know what I'm talking about? I said, "What is music gonna keep me out of trouble? This something, and I can really make some bread out this, like,
Yeah.
the way I'm looking at it." So she said, "Well, what you need?" You know what I'm saying? So she go buy me a computer. I tell her I need a computer, man. Just give me a computer, and I'm gonna do the rest. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I gotta do, cut yards or whatever. Give me a microphone and all this stuff. So I say my tea lady at that time was one of the, finally she started supporting.
Yeah.
Not only that, by this time I had already been bringing home CDs. Like I say, these other guys I was working with from Done Deal Records, my partner Freeze, we had been making mixtapes, and now it's my name on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now by this time I'm in 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at Sam Houston passing out these CDs with my name on them. Well, selling them. You know what I'm saying? I'm $5, man, $10, whatever I can get. And I was also on another mixtape with my brother Fire and Doo-Wop, because they had a group called Buffalo Records. And Buffalo Records is a pure player family. Then my brother Doo-Wop come to the studio. He go grab his own stuff. So by this time, like I said, I'm about 15, he started taking me to his studio. And we knock out 2 albums within a matter of months, you know what I'm saying? And they getting some love in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And I was one of the type of cat take them CDs that we was printing up, stamping our own cover on it and all that, you know what I'm saying? And go to the quinceañeras, go to the house parties, grab a mic whenever I could, pass these out. Yeah, man.
Really, really just putting in the footwork, yeah.
So these are some of my first supporters, you know what I'm saying? These are some of the people that really made me believe, now, man, you can do it.
You can do it, actually seeing the actual results of it. And I'm sure, as well, like, we all got them things that, like, I got ADHD, for sure. I got shit that, like, I can't even focus on, you feel me? Like,
I'm the same,
But it's certain shit that, like, that you love, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like focusing, it don't even matter, you know what I'm saying? Like this type of shit, like, for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the culture, period. It's just a reflection of our culture, you know what I'm saying? So, like, doing anything else, I feel like, you wouldn't give it as much of yourself as doing what you love. You know what I mean? So that's sick, man. That's really crazy. So, and then when did y'all start with the fam?
All right, so the fam came. I'm 16. This is after a couple Buffalo Records tapes. My partner Doo-Wop, my brother Fire. These cats they a few years older than me. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the youngest homies chilling. I was always one of the youngest homies chilling. While all my other partners was 18, 19, 20 to 24. I'm 14. You know what I'm saying? And I end up getting in a little bit more trouble. By this time, I done left the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm 17. I get in a little bit more trouble. I had to leave my crib. I'm in the streets fucking up again. Excuse me. I'm messing up again, man. And I'm out here hustling, doing what I had to do to survive.
Yeah.
Take care of my own, you know what I'm saying? Take care of myself. And here I go as an adult, 17. I'm going back to jail, you know what I'm saying? Getting in a lot more trouble. And I looked out, I've had these guys since I was about 16. asking me. It was a cat named V Zilla and my partner Roland, man. They had, I think Roland was already like helping the road manage a cat named V Zilla, which was doing this thing at that time, and they had been coming to me. They from Debo, right, down the street from Clark. They coming to me asking, they want to put money and put whatever they got behind the artist. You know what I'm saying? The upcoming artists, they like what I was doing and seeing what I was doing. They kept being asking me, and I'm refusing. I'm like, nah, you know, I want to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to do my own thing. So I'm getting into trouble and stuff like that. Until I look up, I say, man, I'm gonna have to mess with these dudes, man, because not I'm gonna just keep staying unfocused, like you saying. You know, I don't know if I got ADHD or nothing like that, but you know, I done dealt with so much shit in my life, man, where you know I can go off the deep end and not give a fuck about, you know, nothing, man. And at this time, this is what I love to do. I knew I had to stay focused on something. If not, I'm gonna be out of there. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing partners at this time also. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing some of my best friends. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and that's another, you know, excuse me, back to my supporters, my nigga Trank and Steven. Man.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
These niggas used to support me so much and make me feel so good about myself, you know what I'm saying, on that mic. But anyway, yeah, they come to me. Finally, I say, all right, man, let's see what y'all talking about, man. Let's see what y'all talking about. They said, well, we're going to give you a management deal. We ain't going to give you no record deal. Because I said, I want some money. You know what I'm saying? You got to come with some bread. They say, nah, what we going to do is give you a management deal, man, and incentive. So whatever we buy for you, you keep. Whatever, if it's clothes, chain, shoes, we're going to take care of you. That's yours. You don't owe us nothing back. You just got to give us, I think it was a 6-month or a year management deal contract, and I had to give them like 2 records. So at this time, I've been recording. Through all this, I'm recording. You know, I never stopped recording. I always found a way to get into somebody's studio or set up some kind of, when I learned how to hook that computer up and put a program on it and connect the mic, that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Through all these years, man, I'm recording. So by the time I did settle and say, all right, man, let's go ahead and do something, I already had records on top of records on top of records. Yeah,
to just go through and just be like, all right, this is a project.
I gave him a whole project. You know, I gave him a whole project. I said it's gonna be my first project, and this is where we come with the hood. The hood ain't safe. Right. And before all this too, they got me with a cat named Rob G. Man, Rob G. At the time, I think he was on like BET or MTV when they used to have like Freestyle Fridays. He's from the Southwest, and he won so many Freestyle Fridays and stuff like that. He wanted to give me an opportunity because these guys knew him. B Zilla was in a group called the SWAT, which was, you know, street known. It was Southwest 80, Texas, which was where Rob G was from. And he say, man, well, let me pick up old boy KOPPO from you, right? And let me bring him over here into what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And one of the first meetings we had, I take my brother Fire with me. You know, this is my big brother, man. I take him with me. At the time, my manager, I take him with me. And they sitting up there talking about, and this group right here also, man, this was B Zilla, Rob G, GT Garza, a cat named Dolomite, RP Dolomite, and a cat named 2 for 5, Feezy. And it was another like Puerto Rican cat that was doing singing. I think his name was Suave. But the way going to that meeting and he's explaining how they finna go do a show over here, and you know interviews over here and all this and radio interviews over here. And he kind of singled me out. Cat Rob G kind of singled me out and said, man, you could be a part of this or you could be KOPPO. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I'm just so happy to be around these cats. I'm not thinking, I'm like,
thinking
hey,
bigger picture.
I'm like, shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, however you feel. We get back to the neighborhood, my brother Fire, like, man, I don't like the way he singled you out. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the way, like, you was, if he wants you to be a part of his group, his label, you know, he shouldn't have singled you out like that. He said, now, you know, I'll let down the drain, man. We gonna make you something for you. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we come with the fam. You know what I'm saying? My brother say, man, it's been maybe a week or 2, and he say, man, I think I got a name. He say, man, we gonna call it the fam, man. And he made it little, thing was draw a little logos and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hell yeah.
I remember I seen them shirts everywhere, bro. It's crazy coming up for real.
Yeah, man. So that's how the fam was. That was the beginning of the fam right there.
Yeah.
And I say, well, I always been a type cat, like all the people I rock with, especially with this music, like you coming with me, you know what I'm saying? It ain't all about me. Like I had a partner I was chilling with, my partner T Jeezy. At the time, I tell him, man, he cold on that mic. I say, man, you down with this fam stuff? I want you to be down with it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm down with it, you know what I'm saying? Of course, my brother Fire, you know, of course, my partner Doo-Wop. A lot of us ain't get to, yeah, man, these the first core, you know, artists. Not only that, partners, you know, my partner Cool, all the talent block, you know what I'm saying? My partner Fire, they from down by Debo. So we at the same time, we sticking with my partner Ro, the one who came grab me the first time, you know what I'm saying, and gave me the management deal. And we say, man, we need your help. You know, we gonna stay doing what we doing, but this is his group. This who's gonna stand behind him. This gonna be his clique. You know, his promo team. You know what I'm saying? Whatever need to be done, this what he a part of and what's a part of him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beginning of the fam right there, man.
Very nice, man. And so you came out with 2 projects. You came out with, you said The Streets Ain't Safe, and then the next one?
My first project, like real foot in the game project, mixtape, nice cover, video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was The Hood Ain't Safe.
Okay. Yeah. And which one would you say you where you seen like the most like attention towards?
And for sure, I had to say, I seen a drastic change when I dropped The Hood Ain't Safe. You know what I'm saying? It was 2 tapes that I dropped. The second one was between then, like the biggest and solo project was Blessed with a Curse, and then The Hood Still Ain't Safe, which was The Hood Ain't Safe Part 2. Yeah. But man, it was always changing between them albums right there. Like when I dropped this first Hood Ain't Safe, gotta think, man, I had already dropped a few mixtapes in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Recording myself, a couple of the main projects that had lastly had got out there was like Just to Remind You, and I had 2 of those with me rapping on other people's beats, and I put 24 tracks on each CD.
Yeah.
So by the time I get to The Hood Ain't Safe and all this that I've been saying is going on, these guys getting at me, the neighborhood already.
Yeah, messing with you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by the time I get to Hood Ain't Safe, man, and then they say, hey, well, like I said, I gave them the project. I'm recording in the ghetto, man. They say it sound distorted, man. Like you got to re-record everything.
Yeah.
So they take me to the big studio. We re-record everything. Now I'm hearing my voice mixed and mastered for the first time, like in a real studio. Yeah. And it's sounding so platinum. At that time, everything was underground, man.
Yeah.
Everything
was making that work. Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, man. That album really.
Now you see the pieces like falling together and shit.
Like,
yeah.
Damn. And then then they say, well, we gonna shoot a video. And then the cast they had come out there was like, I think they production company was called On the Real. This is where they bring the big camera out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They bring the big camera.
Movie stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So me and all the homies from the hood, of course, I come to the black talent out at the car wash.
Yes, sir.
I go to Clark Park. You know what I'm saying? Shoot a scene there. Then we end up going to Cross Timbers and something over there, Cashmere, or Trinity Garden somewhere. Yeah. And put together a whole DVD that went along with that video, like me freestyling.
Bang.
Me just another video mixed in with me and the partners on Talent Street, on Kill Street, and one of my first shows and stuff. And after that, man, it started going down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm doing shows like 3-4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 17 at the time.
Man, yeah, really going down. Yeah, that's dope.
I got my partners with me in the club. I got my nigga Trank with me in the club. You know what I'm saying? He 14. We fall in love in the club.
It don't even matter. Yeah.
Man, it's going
on
down.
Top of the world, man. That's crazy, bro.
It really felt like that, man. It really felt like that, man.
Yeah.
Like, man, I got so many good memories of that beginning.
That's good,
you know what I'm saying? With my partners still living, and all the partners that I got is still living now. Man, I remember Rob G, like I say, he was popping at that time, and he had a song with Kiki and Slim Thug, and they ended up shooting a video at Toke Bar. And man, we up in there live, fool.
Man, I keep hearing about Toke Bar, bro. Like, I don't know. I got older homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, they tell me about how Toke Bar used to be one of the spots back in the day.
2 floors, you know what I'm saying? You got 2 floors, then you got, man, you outside too.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, it was going
Jumping.
down, man. Slim up in there. This like 2006.
See, and that's crazy. That's before social media. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was different.
Yeah,
like,
no, man. Yeah, I don't even think MySpace was out at that time.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm so.
It's a different world, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm so glad to be a part of that era, man.
Exactly.
Because, you know, I really can't.
That's real life, bro. Like, I feel like that's a realer version of life. You feel me? For sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Because everybody put on, you know, like fronts and shit on Instagram and everything online. You know, you could put whatever, but like, you know, there's no faking the truth. You know what I'm saying? In person, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then especially rapping, fool. Like, man, like you really had to be about that, man. You really had to be. You know, if you wanted to be a gangster,
it's no image besides what you actually see in person. That's crazy.
Coming up like that. A lot of cats stay in the house nowadays too, man.
Oh
we was outside.
Yeah, you don't got to do much. You don't have to do much to have a career nowadays. Like, you really just need your phone. Like BandLab, you could do it, bro.
Real.
Like that's all you need.
Boys are so blessed, man.
And a social media account, you know what I'm saying? You could have reach, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've
around
seen
the world.
cats have no followers, man, and in a matter of a week, you know, hit like 10,000, 20K just rapping on their camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. It is a crazy different time, but yeah, that is dope. You know, like we're saying, it's a different time, a different, more real, you know, reality that y'all were coming up in, and that's dope, man. That's sick.
Yeah, I love it, man. I came up in that era, that last little bit.
Yeah, that real culture, that real man, bro. Really just immersed in that. That's crazy, bro. That's awesome. So that's one chapter of your career, right? Of KOPPO, and to where you are now. See, like, how do you think you know, like the things you've been through have shaped, you know, your artistry from being how you were, you know, in the beginning of your career? Because I, you know, of course I listened to stuff of your beginning of your career, and also now, you know what I'm saying, the music you're putting out now. I think, you know, there is a difference, of course, you know what I'm saying, but I really appreciate, you know, like the artists that you're you know, still coming out with music as, and you know, the art you do put out now. How do you think that you know, that change, you know, helped or how it came about, you know what I'm saying?
Just life, man, and growing up, you know what I'm saying, just becoming a man, being blessed enough, you know, to see that throughout the years, you know what I'm saying, really becoming a father, you know what I'm saying, having my son, man, and it wasn't no change overnight, but you know, when I was younger, I would just when it comes to the rapping, man, I was just spitting whatever I was feeling. I ain't give a damn.
Yeah.
But nobody thought I was worried about myself.
Yeah.
And the people my partners that was around me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I was trying to be the hardest on that mic. I was trying to be the most disrespectful. And I stood on that too in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Not all, you know, to be proud of, but as I grown older, now when I grab that pen, I just, not that I was putting just anything on the paper, but I gotta watch the way I say things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I don't offend nobody, and make sure that what I'm talking about is not just revolved around me, because it ain't all about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's about my family, you know, tomorrow it's about my brothers, you know, the brotherhood we had.
Yeah.
You know, I could jump on the mic these days and just say a bunch of gangster shit, you know, slap this fool, and
of course,
you know, the young me, man, what you heard when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, becoming a father, becoming a man of the household, you know, my lady, you know what I'm saying, a husband, having a woman that cared for me and stuff like that, being a full grown adult, sometimes I look at, I'm like, man, I'm a whole different being now from what I used to be. Like, you know, I trip on the when, I don't know if you ever see the Mike Tyson interviews, and he say, man, sometimes I feel like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he
I
was
feel
like,
this.
I was what did he say? Like I was an animal. He's like, they couldn't stop me. Bro. Like, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And now look,
He's like, he's talking about, I don't even like talking about it because I get out worked up.
Yeah, for real. Like,
Yeah.
That's really what it is,
Yeah.
man. Because you know, I really didn't believe, and I didn't care to live past, you know, the next year, man. You know,
Yeah, you were
like,
in that mode, yeah.
Yeah, that's the mode I was
Just
in.
locked in, focused, yeah.
That's what I was seeing, like, you know, back to what you talking about, like cats, you know, that's doing music now. Like back then, man, I was really like the lifestyle I live. I ain't care about rap. I really took, you know, I feel bad because I do feel like I took it for granted. You know what I'm saying? I really took it. I feel like I did put the work in. I did put a lot of work in. I never stopped working, man.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, I did take it for granted, man. But this is only because, and this is another change in my life, man. I'm on so much, you know, medication and drugs, you know what I'm saying? Trying to ease the pain.
Of course,
Trying to forget about shit and have a good time, you know what I'm saying? Nah, these days, you know, for sure, man, I'm more sober-minded when I grab that pen, man, and I'm really trying to put, you know, correctly put my story on pen and pad, man.
Yeah.
And my story consists of a lot of people, like, that support me, you know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers, and, you know, if you know where I'm from, and you know my block, man, you know, we all go through that pain, you know what I'm saying? When something happened to somebody, we all feel that, you know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure and this is one of the main things too, when I pick up that pen, I try my best throughout my life to talk about my story, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to have records where I'm just, you know, I'm going in.
Having fun,
Yeah, having fun, man, where I ain't got to think too much. I'm just spitting whatever come on my mouth.
Yeah.
But these days is more, I got to get more serious. When I grab that pen, like I said, I got a son. You know, he gonna listen to these records.
Yeah.
And he can't be hearing pops at 30-something years old talking about some trash. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It gotta be some, you know, it gotta be something serious, man. Some knowledge in there, you know, something to help you get through the day, something to help you smile, something to help you make you feel better, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the same time, something that make me feel better, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Something for sure. That's why I really appreciate, you know, your music now. Like I was saying, the artist you were, as you know, and as well, you know, you see the growth, you know what I'm saying, as a, you know, now we're, you know, adults and shit, and then now, you know, really having to be conscious of what you're putting out there, you know, like the energy you're gonna put out.
Man. That's the word right there, because I was very unconscious.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but that's life, you know what I'm saying? Like that was still a reflection of where you were at that time, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if anything, you know what I'm saying, like that's all you could be, you know what I'm saying? That's all you could do. But, you know, now, you know what I'm saying, with the power that we got now, especially even, you know, how I feel like with me and doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, you know, you might feel the same way with like different artists as well, you know, like, you know, we could do certain shit that's gonna pop, you know what I'm saying? That's, we know whatever will work, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know, content wise, good, you know, crazy shit, you know, whatever the fuck, you could do that, right? Whatever, or, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, be more mindful about what you're saying, the energy you're putting out there, you know what I'm saying? Like the next generation, how we're gonna actually influence the next generation, you feel me?
Man, and you took the words out of my mouth. You just answered your own question, you know what I'm saying? Just like that, man. You know, I could jump on the mic and sound like this or do this, like I'm very capable, man.
Yeah,
but
of course. I'm sure it's easy, you know what I'm saying? And it's
I'd rather have my own sound and stay true to myself, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what we call concrete, you know what I'm saying? Where the concrete come from.
Yeah.
Like, you know, by staying down, you know, hard as a street, man, like you're not finna buzz me, what they call standing on business today, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I'm finna be me, man. I'm finna be, you know what I'm saying, black tee, Levi's. I'm not wearing none of the I ain't knocking it. I'm just saying I'm gonna represent for the cats that's
that you represent.
That's from my coat, that's from my era. And the way we did it, and for my partners that's here, for my partners that's not here. You know what I'm saying? This is the way we did it. When you see me, this is a reflection of where I come from.
Exactly, bro.
You know, this is a reflection of, you know, when you see the OGs, I'm sure we all see them, the old schools, at least at my age, I used to see the old schools with the Stacey's and the Dickies and the
just keeping it going, keeping it going.
We all might have an uncle or somebody's grandpa that we know they represent their era, you know what I'm saying? That's what I try to do on that mic. And in real life, like, nah, this is me. This is where I'm gonna stay. I'm not finna change the way I rap. I'm not finna change the way I dress or nothing like that to try to get any more further. Even though I know it's possible, now I'm not finna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's different than just right now.
I might get a little bit more love. You know, I might get a little bit more followers, but I'm not finna do that for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay down. I'm gonna stay me, man.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's you know, I appreciate that the most because, like you said, it's a reflection of, you know, where you're from, the environment, you know what I'm saying? So when I can, you know, tell people like, hey, look, this guy's, you know, right here from where I stay, you know what I'm saying? This is what, you know, the type of culture we're coming up in, you know, like, and as well, you know, like, you know, the new music you're putting out, the movement, you know, or the direction you're going with your music now is even more of a, you know, a good reflection, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, representation of where we're coming from, because it's not just like, you know, just crashing out, not just, you know, we're actually, you know, somewhat thoughtful, you know what I'm saying, about what we're trying to do, you know. So I really like them last. What was the last one? God, what was it? God wanted me to win, or what was it?
God wanted me to shine. Yeah,
God wanted me to shine.
Fire project.
Yeah. Like those are sick. I think you know you still keep that same sound, you know what I'm saying, but just like with that direction, you know what I'm saying, that different direction is hard, you know what I'm saying. It's definitely hard, and it's you know, something that I feel like, you know, we gotta have more of it. I want, you know, I just you know, just want to, you know, encourage you, you know what I'm saying, keep going with that same, you know, energy, you feel me? Because I feel like that's where I'm coming with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know everything, you know what I'm saying, but like I do know that, you know, I believe in God, you know what I'm saying? I believe that, you know, having faith in God to be able to do whatever I want to do, you know, he's gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? And with whatever, you know, I have a son as well too, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm just, you know, it is a different, like you're saying, whenever you have a son, I think it's just a different, like, you know, of course you just look at life completely differently, you know what I'm saying? You can't just have whatever, you know, you just learn you can't always just have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not about just, you know, having a good time all the time, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to make sacrifices. Sometimes you got to, you know, like life is hard, you know what I'm saying? And to be able to provide for our family in the way that we want to, you know, and be able to do it in a way that isn't, you know, compromising to our soul or, you know, anything like that. That's the most important thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate your artistry, bro, for real.
For sure, man.
For sure. And I know, you know, as well, like, bro, you have crazy, you know, you got to have crazy, like, just information too about, like, you know, the generation came up with as far as like music, you know, like you probably done seen a lot, you know what I'm saying? So like, I know, you know, about like, you know, beefs and everything, like shit going on, like you probably just you seen everybody, you know, like with 50 Cent, you know, with Tupac, even, you know what I'm saying, you growing up around that time, and you know, even with the Zero and Trey shit, you know, like,
oh man, it's heartbreaking.
It's just crazy, bro. Yeah, so like you definitely didn't, you know, I've been around a whole bunch of that in that culture and shit, so it's crazy. So what do you think about now though, like with music as it is right now, like who do you think are some of your you know, like your favorite artists, or where you wanna go with music, you know what I'm saying? Things that you appreciate.
And how you just brought up Zero, man, and Trey, man, I still love Zero so much. Zero always been one of my favorite rappers, you know what I'm saying, next to Tupac.
Yes.
And I love where he at right now with the music. A lot of artists I like, man. Another cat that, you know, is real, some gangster type shit, Mozzie, but he's not out. He always, you know.
Sometimes on some conscious shit too.
Some
like
conscious, and he always talking about that pain, you know what I'm saying? Because that's always been, you know, what helps somebody get through the day, like to let them know you're not the only one that's going through this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody don't know how to explain themselves, you know, put that out in the world like that, like, you know, verbally and stuff like that. So it helped. I know it always helped me, like I'm talking about Zero, you know what I'm saying? Listening to Zero always helped me through so much, man.
Yeah.
Another cat I like, I ain't gonna lie, Derez Deshawn, he's another cat I like. I might be forgetting some cats, man, because I'm real bad. I'm real bad at this
Well,
shit.
I can't imagine. That's why I was gonna wonder too, you know, like, cause I know as an artist, right? Like it's hard to like kind of listen to other artists, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you kind of want to stay in your own little lane,
Yeah,
right?
I definitely it's something about being an artist or being who I am. I don't know if everybody go through this, but I can't listen to no other like cats that's coming up. Like I'll give them an ear.
Yeah.
But as far as like
Actually,
jamming in
yeah,
my car,
being a fan,
being a fan, I just can't do it. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I'm sure you're on on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? So
Nipsey is another one, man.
Yeah.
Nipsey is one of the. Oh man, that man right there was such. He from my era too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Man, he was real impactful, man. Like another Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Like times 10. You know what I'm talking about? That's one of the artists I really like listening to because of what he talk about and knowing that he come from, you know, Cali, the real gang era and stuff like that, and about my age, and I know what it takes to get up out there, you know what I'm saying, or not say get up out there, but go through those times. Like it really was tough. Now we in tough times right now. Times gonna always be tough, and everything always gonna transition and change. But it seemed to me like, man, back then, you know, them late '90s that I grew up in and them early 2000s, man, it was rough, man. Like it wasn't no love, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no love, man. But yeah, hearing Nipsey be, I was so heartbroken when he passed, man, because I got to see him. So I think I heard his music like 2011 or 10 or something like that. And I'm like, damn, this dude different. That's one artist that was still coming up. A lot of people didn't know about him, you know what I'm saying? And fast forward to when he passed away, everybody knew him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, he one of the artists that'll speak on and put something that'll put some fat on your brain. That's why I'm jamming in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some
Actual message, yeah. Some, it's not just, you know.
Something motivational too.
Yeah.
That's another thing, man. Something that's gonna motivate me, man. Like to do something correct, man. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Some
different than just music,
shit,
yeah.
man.
Different than just music, but giving you that feeling, like you're saying, yeah, like motivation to being like, you know, because a lot of people use music for a lot of things, and it's very powerful too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it is.
You know, you could influence people, you know, in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So it is definitely powerful to have, you know, artists like that. You know what I'm saying?
We put our souls on that music, man. We put our heart and souls on that music. We put our spirit into that music. We put in a frequency. We coming with a frequency from our energy that come through the airwaves and to somebody else's ear.
Crazy.
And it can influence you to do
whatever you want. Yeah, exactly.
It could be good and bad.
Yeah, that's why I say what they say, like, you know, life and death is in the tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is, man.
For real.
The tongue is a sword, man.
Yeah, you know, you gotta be careful. I know. I feel that same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, just period. You know, like saying things out loud, saying that I want to do something, or you know, whatever. You know, like you gotta be
careful, man.
intentional. You know,
man.
Exactly.
You know, God listening, man.
Exactly,
be careful
bro.
what you wish for. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. So I know you have a lot of experience, you know, with this, with the fam and everything, with everybody, you know, you gaining like a level of success, right? And then also wanting to bring other people with you, you know, like what would you say, you know, is like something that you learned that you could tell like the next generation, or like, you know, help somebody else coming up? Cause I know I dealt with that too, you know, like feeling like I had people, you know, I feel like having a little bit of success, you want to have, you know, you wish you could share that, but like even, you know, you come to like some sort of realization, you're like, man, you know, I can't help everybody, you know what I'm saying? Until I can help myself, you know, like to really ascend, you know, to a level to where, you know, then I'm in position, you know, like to really help people, you know, like, you know, how did you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you think?
Nah, you definitely right, man. You got to be able to take care of yourself first, you know what I'm saying? And get to, I guess, as far as the level that you can get, man, before you can start helping everybody else. I helped a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people, you know, just with time and words, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a lot of artists. It's a few artists in the city that came out doing their thing, and they was in my inbox, you know what I'm saying? And, hey, man, put me on, and, you know.
Of course, yeah.
Hey, we gonna take.
You got a lot of power with your, you know, like just your energy coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a lot of cats, man. There was a lot of cats writing me, man, and expecting for me to do that. Like, man, they didn't understand at that time. I guess I'm pretty sure they seeing it now. That, hey, man, did nobody help me get here? I can't help you get here. You got to take it upon yourself.
Yeah,
I can't. instill much into you, but I can motivate you. But, I can give you, I can tell you which road to go. Hey, turn here, don't turn here. You know what I'm saying? But you got to put in that work, man.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can tell her, man. You got to stay in this studio, man. You got to stay. Because when I look back, I'm trying to see what helped me get to where, as far as I did, and it was only grind, man.
Yeah.
It was only putting my head down and then notepad and jumping on that mic day in, day out.
Yeah.
And by the time I looked up, 3-4 years, I'm like, okay, then I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. That's it. Can't nobody else put you in position. You know what I'm saying? And you would never want no one else to put you in position, man. Because what go up must come down. So the quicker you rise, the quicker you gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? But
I know a lot of people. Of course, are for lack of better words, is scared. To take that step, right? To do what you want to do. Or like take your really it's really just taking your destiny into your own hands, really.
Yeah, it is.
Like, and going out there, being in the wild, you know what I'm saying, and making something happen of it. I feel like, eventually all of us have to go through that, you know what I'm saying? With whatever type of like preparation you have as far as like, school or like whatever, eventually you do go into like, the real life, you know what I'm saying? You have to finesse, you know what I'm saying? You have to make shit, work and I don't know. I feel like, with me and even this, not saying I have like, no success with this, but even every step just coming out and doing it, you know what I'm saying, is crazy. It's not easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still like something that I feel like is what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do it, I'm gonna make it, something. If with my energy,
it's on your mind, man. And that's it, man. You don't know what the day gonna bring, but this is what you want to do.
Exactly, and I'm gonna be here, like whatever, expressing myself with it. You know what I'm saying, and gonna hopefully let grow with it. You know what I'm saying. So I don't know. I just think that's one thing a lot of people are scared to do. You know what I'm saying, to take that step and really, I think that's where that faith comes in, bro. For real, like of God, for real.
I gotta give it to God because the faith He instilled in me, man, had me blind. They say walk by faith, not by sight, man. That's all I did my whole life.
Well, it's hard, bro. It's hard to imagine.
And I can only give that to Him, man. That He instilled in me is nothing I can explain. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like multiple, all kind of times like that.
Going back to what you talking about, like helping other people get to the is really nothing I could do, man. It got to be between you, yourself, and the Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that ambition is gonna push you to do. Once that ambition and that hungriness hit, man, you gonna do whatever, man.
Yeah.
Not whatever, but you gonna do whatever it takes.
You gonna see what you need to do. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I mean with that faith. Like, because of course for me it is scary too. Like to do all this, to even think about the future of what I'm gonna, what I'm saying? Like you said, I got a son, what I'm saying? I know this isn't, what I'm saying? It's not paying bills right now, what I'm saying? Like, it's just, this is really my, my hustle, what I want to do. But, even still, that's where I feel like, what I'm saying, with that faith, like, I don't know where I'm going. Like, I know where I want to be, what I'm saying? I might not know exactly where I'm, I know where I'm at. And not saying I don't know where I'm at, but, what I'm saying? Like, it's a journey, what I'm saying? And I think that, just giving that faith to God and being like, I trust you, what I'm saying? Like, I trust that, as long as I move through love, what I'm saying, as well, and do my part, I don't think there's nothing wrong that can come of it, what I'm saying? I think that that's the main thing I really want to, influence with this and everything, what I'm saying? With people just be like, as long as really you move through love and with that, I feel like it's nothing else that can happen, you know what I'm saying?
Can't nothing go wrong, man.
Like it's just showing love, so, but it's people like, like yourself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. It's people like yourself, that inspire shit like this, what I'm saying? Like, to be able to be like, all right, we could do it, what I'm saying? We got this, it's real examples, what I'm saying? To be able to do this, and it's sick. No, they were telling me that I probably shouldn't ask you about all this. You probably don't care, bro, about all this Kendrick and Drake shit, what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
But I just had to feel like I get, you have a different perspective as well from everything, what I'm saying? So I feel like your perspective on that would just be, something crazy. I know, like you're saying as well, you're an artist, so like you might not have too much, to say about that. But like, what did you think about all that?
Man, we be talking about that. Kendrick is another artist that I love a lot, man.
Really?
He's another artist that I love a lot, man. I always listen to whatever project he drop. I'm gonna listen to it. Make sure I listen to it front to back. Now, back to what we was talking about, Nipsey. They came up in the same.
Yeah, in the same era. Yeah, I think they were at the same like double XL freshman shit, like class. Yeah.
So they both from LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gang culture is real heavy.
Of course.
They out there. You born into it. You know what I'm saying? I hear Kendrick's story a lot, and I can relate to it. And when it comes to Drake, like who's the better rapper, or who's the better man, or all I can say is, man, I don't think there's no competition between any of them, because with me, and people might say that I'm wrong, but you can't measure the level of success the same. You know what I'm saying? They're not from the same cloth. Yeah. Like Kendrick really comes from, if you listen to his music, and me and my son go at this, he's 12 now, you know what I'm saying? But he really loved Kendrick too, and I tell him, I say, man, Kendrick came from nothing, man. Like, I know what it's like. Like I ain't have a father, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. My mama did the best she could. I lived a street life, you know what I'm saying? I was in them streets tough. Now, I've seen Kendrick's story, him talk about how his pops was blood, his mom was gang banging, or they was gang banging. He was born into it. He talk about how his pops was smoking water, you know what I'm saying? You know what that is. I hear it in his music. Yeah. And to come up out this culture, man, to come up out them streets like that, and to make it as far as he have, like Drake, where's he from? He's
Canada.
Canada.
Sometimes he's from Memphis, I don't.
Man, you can't compare that.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? You talking about a have-not, man, that was given that was basically born with nothing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Compared to somebody that was, silver spoon fed their whole life. Yeah. Like, now, if you want to keep it with the rap and stuff like that, even then, like, man, when you hear this man talk, he put his whole, he spilled his whole soul on the music. Now, does Drake make good music? Yeah, he makes some pretty nice music. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like something that's gonna put some fat on your brain. Yeah. And the most important thing, and this is where I get to, because it's real important to me. And people might call me a hater. I'd be a hater. I don't care. It's a lot of people that you can't compare to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that say, "Hey, this man sound like you would, this and that." And you can't do that because he ain't come from where I came from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Even if it sounds like whatever, it's not the same.
He might be a better rapper or whatever. What I'm saying is, this man came from nothing. This man came from the concrete. Man came from the dirt. Like we wasn't even supposed to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff probably he had to see growing up. I'm just saying because I know what it's like. Coming up. Yeah. And I was supposed to be dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could relate to some of the certain shit that
to still had a mind that you do. Yeah. And
it's a blessing.
Yeah, man.
And then to be able to. Like we're saying, like to make art, right? Like I feel like, not to downplay. That's another thing that I like to kind of like put out there too. Is whenever we have these type of debates and shit about like artistry, is like I feel like you still got to give credit where credit is due. As art. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody still had to put, like get up there and make that art. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, and it affected people. People love it. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. I feel like I don't like to like be too, whatever, like condemning of certain shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like we're saying as in terms of like their differences, like Drake makes, more music that's, I feel like it's a little easier to make, you know what I'm saying? Like you could go over there, you could say something, and you can even have these relationships, right? That like, frankly, bro, like that's easy to make, you know what I'm saying? You could have relationships, whatever, blah, blah, and you see right now what's coming from, you know what I'm saying? The aftermath of a phony relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can make these decisions, make these connections, right? Like, for the image, but at the end of the day, right? Like, it's foundational, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna last, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not real. You know, and only real is gonna last. You feel me? Like,
yeah, same thing we was talking about. Like, man, we can gain those followers. You know, we could do all this extra shit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not knocking Drake, man.
yeah,
He
exactly.
Make good
That's what I want to say
music.
too. You know,
He a
yeah, and people
platinum
love him.
artist.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, he
For
does
real.
his thing, man. But you know, I did Kendrick go at Drake first? I think that's
So,
what it was.
all right,
son.
so the timeline, right? So they always been kind of beefing like back and forth, right? Like, they just been coming up. Like, it's crazy too because whenever like, basically Drake had like some hands of him like coming up, you know, like putting him on tour, right? So that's where he kind of like their relationship is founded on, right? That like Drake basically extended his hand and brought Kendrick on tour and shit. But even since then, bro, like Kendrick's on Drake's album, his first album, Take Care and shit, and he's even saying right there, he's like I'm envious of this nigga, like you know, like not he's praising him, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess showing love, but at the same time you could feel like, you know, they're not the same, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not the same type of artists. And then, you know, the careers keep on going, you know what I'm saying? There's subliminals here and there, you know, whatever. But really I guess what started this whole shit right now is so Drake and J. Cole got on a song, it's called First Person Shooter.
I seen that, and they was talking about the big three.
Big three, yeah. Talking about they're in the big three and Kendrick's, you know, part of that, and they're saying, you know, whatever the hell, like I don't know who, and you know, of course the rappers, you know, you're supposed to feel like you're the best, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're on there talking shit, rapping, like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, we're the best, us three, you know what I'm saying? But Kendrick's not on the song, you feel me? And I think they even said something that like Drake wanted Kendrick on that song, but he said nah, like just the same type of shit we're saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so so they say that Kendrick basically takes that as disrespect, and he's like, oh, okay, y'all the big three, like we're the big three, y'all talking for me. He's like, there's no big three, like it's just me, like y'all don't do, basically saying y'all don't do what I do, y'all not the same as me, which I feel like J. Cole is more closer to what Kendrick does, you know what I'm saying, like as an artist, you feel me?
Yeah,
But
I fuck with J. Cole.
yeah, J. Cole's hard, you know what I'm saying? He's part of that too. I feel like, you know, where that just that real message, you know? Yeah, exactly. And also, but just not weak. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows how to like say some conscious shit and like, but still like come hard with that shit. Like, bro, like crazy bars. You know what I'm saying? Like some battle rap type shit.
It's one when he was talking about the light switch, the electric.
Bro, yes, I was literally thinking about that. Damn, yeah, boy. He said, what'd he say? He said, the day I was born, yeah, God was crying. Like, bro, he said Einstein, writing the theory of relativity, really no MC equal. Like, bro, MC equals, like, that's crazy. Right now, like, what? Like, this is ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I really can appreciate what J. Cole does as well, you know what I'm saying? But, like, for him to align himself with Drake like that is, like, you know, it's phony to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what Kendrick is saying as well. Is like, you know, like, y'all don't do what I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not the same type shit. There's not big three, like, it's just me, you know? So,
yeah.
So then he just goes off and we have everything that you have last year and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing too, like that's one of the biggest like things that people say against Kendrick is like, you just can't jam all of his shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially like for example, like his last album, that Mr. Morale, like, well, before GNX, the last one, it's definitely like, it's hard to listen to, you know what I'm saying? Like he has a couple, not albums, but like he has songs like that, you know what I'm saying? Which is like, I feel like it's that same thing you're saying, bro, like is where like it's easy to make these certain type of, you know what I'm saying, like songs, you know, but like it's hard to make these.
This is art, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what art is, you know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
And my best way to explain it is when you go into an art gallery, right? And people take their own, they perceive whatever they perceive when they look at it. Yeah. Everybody gonna have a different perception of what they feel the artist was trying to explain through art, right?
Even though that might not even be what they did, you know, intend to create, is that perception.
That's kind of how I feel about Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you take what you want from it.
Yeah,
you know
it's true. Well, he does make that type of art, you know, like for sure, where it's not just...
It's real difficult, man, to break down. Some of it, I gotta listen to it.
You gotta read it and shit, you know, for real. Man. Like, you're not gonna understand it. You just listen to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and man, you know, my cousin, when they're helping me do this shit, like, he's a big Drake fan, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he don't want to hear none of this shit, you know what I'm saying, like, at all. So I'm like, you know, and I understand that too, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, just expect people to just be like, okay, you know, like, especially, I don't know, I'm the type of person too that, like, when somebody brings me something to listen to, I'm kind of like more critical than like I would be, you know what I'm saying, if I just listen to it for the first time, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know there's a bunch of times in Kendrick's music where like, it's like, man, you gotta bear with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, just listen to it, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, but have an open mind as well. You know what I'm saying? You have to have an open mind. I feel like that's another thing that I really value with Kendrick's artwork. You know what I'm saying? And also J. Cole. You know, like just having an open mind. You know what I'm saying? Not always thinking that like you know the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, because more times than not, I feel like that's what you're confronted with in life, you know what I'm saying, that you don't got the answer, you know what I'm saying, like how do you react, you know, in those moments, you know what I'm saying, like, or in moments where it's like, you know, it's real life shit, you know what I'm saying, like it's not always just at the club, you know what I'm saying, like, and it sounds cliche, you know what I'm saying, to say all that shit, like,
no, for sure, man,
you know, but
that's the music I like listening to, man. Like I don't remember the name. I know I bought it. J. Cole. What was his last album? But
he made that Might Delete Later, but before that, I think he had the I think it's Forest Hills Drive.
Forest Hills
Well,
Drive.
no, For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only.
What's his last album there?
Which one has the song Window Pane on it?
I think it's no, that's KOD. Yeah.
That you know, to my just that song alone, I'm like, damn, boy. Real. Yeah, that's the ones that give you goosebumps and stuff.
Have you ever heard of For Your Eyes Only?
Nah, I haven't, man.
Man, I was just actually having this conversation the other day. I think that's like my favorite rap song, maybe like ever, bro, because like it's a story, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's telling you the story about basically like he's rapping through the perspective of like his homeboy, and his homeboy has a daughter, and like basically like he's talking about he's in the streets and shit, you know what I'm saying? He's doing shit, and he just has a daughter, and he's like, bro, is one of J. Cole's friends, and he's basically saying like, if I don't make it, tell my daughter my story and shit, and like, you know, watch out for my daughter and shit, and like it's a crazy ass story, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's called For Your Eyes Only. The album is called For Your Eyes Only, and that's a crazy album too. But that song is at the end of it, and it's like, I think it's like 5 minutes and shit. But bro, that whole is hard. I recommend like listening to that, because that's one's like one of them ones.
Take
like
this, man.
Yeah, that is crazy, bro. So yeah, it's good to get your perspective on that, bro, for real, like on this whole shit, because I really feel like it's like a, you know, it's a culture shift, you know what I'm saying? Like what we want the next generation, you know what I'm saying, to come up under, you know what I'm saying? Like what type of, you know, I mean, you know, it's a place for, you know, artists like Drake, you know, different artists as well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that art, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's really the only thing I feel like is just that authenticity, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's really gonna carry the art, you know what I'm saying, to places where you don't know where it could go, you know what I'm saying? But like without that, you know what I'm saying, I think we just see the effects of it right now, you know what I'm saying? Like with that Drake shit, bro, it's just crazy, bro. It's amazing. So see what else we got, bro. How much time we got? Still got a little bit of time, man. Man, let's see, man. Shit. Yeah, man. It's wild, man. Thank you for coming, bro. For real. Thank you for and I feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel like you would really appreciate that Kendrick shit too, just because I don't know, like a lot of people don't haven't read into it as much, you know what I'm saying, or like looked into it to his album. But that last album, Damn, bro, like is actually like real, like spiritual, bro. Like it's he's talking about like, you know, it's a big like story of the Bible, bro. Like, you know, not every song on there, but like it's like a sin, like a deadly sin and shit.
Yeah, I noticed that with the you know, the list, you know what I'm saying, his track list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I noticed that out top. I said, okay, man. That's the thing with Kendrick's music, man. It's like real spiritual.
And it's layered, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you could see it, but then like you hear it, bro, and then like you got to hear the whole shit, and then you listen back and you're like, wait, hold on, this was like different, you know what I'm saying? You go back and listen, you hear shit you didn't hear the first time, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's all like, I feel like game though too, like, but just like from emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like coming up, you know, like in this crazy ass world, trying to figure out like, you know, what's right and what's wrong, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's like some of the best art that we can, you know what I'm saying, look to for that and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed seeing where he come from, because what was the first one that Good Kid, Mad City?
Mm-hmm.
When that shit came out, man, I'm like, damn, I say, man, this is an artist that really getting out there, you know, real far and come from the era that I come from, because that crack era
Yeah.
was a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's what I mean when I say you can't compare. You know what I'm talking about? Because, yeah, man, you know, that first album, how he talks about, we really like pot babies, crack babies,
Yeah.
man, you know, and this era would be what, like,
that's that ADHD shit, bro. For real, like that's what I think. Like, you know, a lot of doctors like cite, like that's why so much of us have ADHD and shit, because like our parents were, you know,
getting it in,
you know, yeah,
for sure.
You know?
See, my T didn't play that, man, because I seen a lot of my family get put on medication and all that shit.
Yeah.
This is another reason why I felt that album, you know. But anyways, yeah, man, I was not the one to get put on that medication.
Yeah.
T-Lady was like, nah, we don't
Man.
believe in that shit. We're not taking none of that.
I remember I got diagnosed with that shit, bro. Like, and I didn't take no medicine either, bro. I was like, man, like, I'm tripping, bro. I could have had money and, you know what I'm saying? Like, selling my prescription and shit, like, but nah, you know, like, it was crazy, man.
And I still be trying to understand it, because you got attention deficit, hyperactive disorder, and then there's another one, which is ADD.
Yeah, attention deficit disorder. I think.
Okay, so one is hard to focus on something, but and then the other one is like you real hyper.
Yeah, I think you have like super focus, like you kind of focus on a lot of shit and like
you know what I'm saying,
like it's hard to like.
I still be trying to diagnose myself. It gotta be something, you know, thanks to God, you know what I'm saying? However he made me, and maybe without being on that medication, made me focus on that music the way I did.
Yeah, that's what I be thinking too, you know, like, cause it's times where I'll be like, man, should I get on it? Should I, you know what I'm saying? Would it benefit you? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, man, you know, like God made me like this, you know, like maybe I wouldn't be as, you know what I'm saying, whatever, as, you know, if I
bring
did.
that anxiety in too, and all that triggers all that too, right?
Yeah. It's like, man, like it's crazy, bro. So I don't know though, man. I feel like for people, you know, for sure, like if it helps, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, whatever, do it. But at the same time, I feel like me personally, I just don't have like too much confidence in like the like medical system, bro, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, you know, whatever. But I feel like they're just salesmen too. You know what I'm saying? They want to sell you some shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like they have a bottom line and company and shit too. So I'm like, I don't know, like, you know, I'll do it for what I need. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I want to rely too much on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never stuck to taking a medication like that. I tried them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they did kind of help.
Yeah,
they did
right?
kind of help. You know, like I say, a lot of my family members was prescribed them up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They was like, man, try this.
Yeah.
You know, and at this time, I'm already older. You know, I'm like 26, something like that, 25. I was like, damn, man, this motherfucker got me. I'm writing verses and not even touching the pad. You know what I'm saying?
How did it affect you, like, doing that? Did it mess you up, like, creatively, or you were, like, on go even more?
It locked me in.
Really?
It locked me in. Now, it's something about that young age.
Yeah.
I was locked in.
Yeah,
so
regardless.
I don't know what it was, man. But throughout the years, I guess having my child, you know, having to work, become a man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The provider, you know, man of the household.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, you know, nah, man, it just wasn't. I wasn't able to focus on it. That. But that's not why I took it. That's not why I took it. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm working, and they, you know, my uncle, he real ADHD or ADD.
Yeah.
He takes like, you know, I don't even put my uncle out there like that, but he, you know, he takes this shit. Yeah. He's been prescribed it. Like I'm telling you, he say, man, take this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Here, you know, whatever he's seeing in me. Hey, man, that shit locked me in so much, man. Me in, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I be locked in, like I'm not looking at nothing else.
Hell
yeah. Like I'm saying, I'm not even writing shit down, man. Punch me in. Yeah. We might have been the first ones doing the punch ins. You know, I see the rappers. Some people I went to the studio with, they punched in every half bar. I'm like, man, you need to write that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Nah, but we was punching in every like 4. I'm punching in every like 4 bars on that extra shit. But yeah, when I took it, man, I'm focused in. When I did 84s in the wind, I'm taking a little bit of it, you know, because I started noticing that it was helping me.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a whole down fucking pill. I take a little bit of piece of that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But just that would lock me in, man. And I was able to, you know, write the record, you know, hey, this is what I want to talk about. Write it down.
Yeah. just put battery in your back, like
yeah, straight up, you know. But you know, writing music is real. It started becoming real tough, you know. I guess through everything a nigga was going through in life. Also that, man. Also
of course,
that, you know what I'm saying. And medicating myself and shit maybe too. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, with other things, you know. Yeah, but when I took that shit, I think 84's in the wind. That was a project I did 2020, 2021. Man, that's one of the coldest projects I ever did. It's so feel good.
Yeah.
Like you pop that motherfucker in. Yeah. I'm not even talking a lot about my life or pain. I'm just rapping, making music.
Yeah.
You know, back to, like at that age, like just making music. I think I'm 30 at that time, man. 30, 31, 32. Man, I'm talking about, I was so locked in. I'm writing one record, going to the studio. You know, I'm picking a beat, writing the record, writing the hook. Before I write the record, I already know what I'm wanting to rap about.
Yeah.
Hit the studio and knock it out within 30 minutes.
Shit.
Each record was like that for like, you know, 2 weeks. Every 2-3 days, I'm headed to the studio, I write the record. Because it costs money being in that lab.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and write, you know what I'm saying? I'm writing it, I'm jumping in the car.
Yeah, make the most out of your money,
Jumping in the car, I'm writing that boy down, shooting off, man. Finishing the record, heading to the studio within 30 minutes, the song done, and on to the next one. Sometimes I do 2 in an hour.
Crazy, man. That's sick, man. And we were talking earlier about like the future projects you're thinking about coming out with. You were saying what was that name of that one you were saying? You said Aztec.
No, that's a project I got. See, what we was doing, because you know Apple Music and all these streaming services, man. If you don't know, like unless you getting hundreds of millions of streams, man, you're not making no money, man.
Yeah.
I'm just being real. In the rap game, your money gonna come from shows and features, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And merchandise and stuff like that. You know, but I had dropped it. So what we did was make our own app to where you was able to download straight from us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you put your information in, and you know, your card, whatever, you know, I'm talking about Cash App, your credit card, whatever you put in, PayPal, however you would buy it, and it'll get emailed straight to you, the whole album. But we called it the Aztec Ball Court. You know what I'm saying? And where that come apart, how that came about was, for a minute we had a studio called the Concrete Cave, and I'm bringing all my partners through, you know what I'm saying? All my partners that I'm making music with, some of my brothers, I done encouraged them to jump on the mic. After like 20 years, my brother Ely, you know, this how we come up with the Concrete Cave. It's where the concrete come from. Concrete come from being solid, stomped down, like I'm saying. You know, so then, you know, with that, they talk about, you ever seen Blood In, Blood Out?
Yeah.
You know, and he say, man, I'm gonna take you to, I forget what he call it, man. He said, well, what's that, man? That's the Aztec Ball Court. When you lose, you die.
You die, you know yeah.
So I said, shit, man, it's like 4 or 5 of us on one record in this bitch, like a bunch of them like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, this is what I'm gonna call it.
That's hard, bro.
But then I'm at the same time, I'm reading about, you know, the Aztecs and how they did have the Aztec Ball Court.
Yeah.
And you know, they used to play, it was similar to soccer.
Yeah.
But they would play with a concrete ball, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And kind of like a concrete stadium. And the winner, what's crazy is, you know, like the movie says, where you lose, you die. But what's crazy is
the winner
dies.
Yeah.
And it was a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
people was proud.
Yeah.
You know, people would
die. To win the game. And then
man.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's wild as hell. Yeah, that's a crazy creative name, bro. I feel like that's a dope visual, you know what I'm saying? Like to keep bringing back up, you know what I'm saying? Like where we come from, you know, like, cause that's a real thing, you know what I'm saying? Like all that sacrifice, all that real shit, like that's all real, you know what I'm saying? And so like, bro, it just shows like, you know, the culture, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like fearless, you know what I'm saying? Like just ready for whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for
like,
sure, man.
So I feel like that energy, bro, is sick, bro. Like that's dope. So that was a project y'all did?
Yeah, it was a whole project, man. It was I wouldn't call it a compilation, because you know we just a bunch of, it's not a bunch of different labels, it's just a bunch of different partners. You know, some of my homies that I know, Southside, Northside, I got my partner Zone on there, Zone 28 Ground. I got my brother Big Chris on that boy. You know what I'm saying? My brother E. Lee.
So that's out right now. Where's that at? Like
man, I gotta put it back up.
Yeah.
I gotta put it back up, man.
Yeah.
Like I say, you paying for that app. You know, they have our own app for a minute, man, and we ain't been taking care of it.
Yeah.
And then we tried to get our own distribution company. You know, we just been dealing with these distribution companies and trying to find a way to put the money in our pocket.
Yeah, of course.
Because they really making their money, you know what I'm saying?
Course,
Owning
yeah.
the publishing.
Yeah.
Whenever you upload to these small distribution companies, they taking your publishing.
Yeah.
They taking your royalties, and they not
it's
telling
a lot of shit you don't know about.
You know what I'm saying? That's a big part. I try to stand for the people in the city, as far as making bread off this shit, because a lot of people can be hustling in the streets selling dope and then making it look like they're making it off the rap.
Yeah,
but really you feeding a false,
image,
a false narrative to the streets, and then you got young cats just looking up to you, and you making them believe, hey man, man, you're not really getting it. Facade, you're not getting no money off this rap, man. You over here, fucking up, man.
Yeah.
And then not only that, you putting it in your music, like you say, it's real influencing. You know what I'm saying? So now, man, I'm real. I always trying to be my own boss, man. And find my own way to make bread without having to get to a record label or a distribution company or I ain't got that machine. I'm gonna be the machine for myself, and I might not make as much money as y'all, but it's mine. You know what I'm saying? And we own it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that's most important, bro, for sure.
Man. I need to put it up again, man.
For sure. I'm definitely gonna link all your your information right here and have everybody check you out for sure, because I'm saying there's not none of that microwave music. You know what I'm saying? There's some shit that you really put your heart and soul into. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really need some recognition for that. You know what I'm saying? So
man, appreciate
anything else you got coming out, bro? Like,
oh man, now I'm working on.
You working on?
I stay working, man.
Of course.
I'm gonna stay in that lab. I'm gonna stay putting something down. I got a bunch of records recorded right now. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but I'm looking forward to dropping it, and I'm producing all of it too, because that's another thing about owning all of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to own all of it. I'm not trying to go 50 with
whoever,
I'm trying to get the whole 100%. You know what I'm saying? 110%.
Yeah, and that's not easy, bro. I know it's not easy. That can't be easy.
But man, shit. YouTube University, man.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we got it. Yeah, you got to get it though. Every step. You know what I'm saying? Just putting more stuff out there. More art out there. I feel like that's just another step closer to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the end goal, the empire. That eventually you're saying you want to have. You feel me?
Yeah, hell yeah. Just having the knowledge enough to be, I can run the whole label. I do it all, man. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna engineer. I'm gonna make the beat. You know what I'm saying? Mix the record. You know what I'm saying? Put the record out. Make the cover. I'm gonna do. Everything. I'm as one man. But Soldiers Last Forever, I did that late 2023. Right before 2024 hit, Soldiers Last Forever. Yeah. And right before that, I dropped Can You Feel Us? So that was 2 projects at the end of 2023. And then I think I did 2 singles last year, and I got a bunch of records right now, man. Yeah, I'm finna put it. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, man. Some with the, that concrete, man. Terms and conditions or something like that. I ain't came with no name yet. I'm sure it'll pop up, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure, man. Well, I'm excited to hear that, bro. For real, for real. We need more representation, bro. I think you got, what I'm saying, you got something good for real.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, bro. Thank you again, bro, for coming, bro. Thanks again, and I'm gonna tag him down, what I'm saying, under this, and have everybody go check you out, what I'm saying, for sure, bro. Thank you so much again, bro, for coming.
Appreciate it too, bro. For sure.